the property tax assessment assistant. You can see this automates property valuations, generate assessment reports, and manage appeals for the city's largest revenue source, property tax. We'll go into the editing feature, and we'll see how simple it is to set these up, but also how customizable it is. So here we have the agent name, the description, the instructions for the agent. So this prompt is important because it is kind of the guiding North Star for the agent as it runs. You're a property tax assessment assistant for city government. There's a ton in here I can read through. You can also add some starter prompts that make it very simple to just click one button and kick off the agent. If you want to have it do a couple different ways to start the agent, which is like generate a letter for property tax appeal. I might put that in there. Or one idea. Importantly, this knowledge tab right here is really important. So you can add documents for this agent to use every single time you call it, or you can connect a database or you can actually do both. We have a bunch of different databases you can connect to. You can add pretty much any sort of document you want to give the agent context when you're talking to it. You can also add connectors. So add in your Google Calendar, Gmail, different sources of data. So Jira, Google Docs, Google Sheets, HubSpot, what have you. And we're adding a ton of these at the moment. So if there's a specific data source that you're looking for that you don't see on this page, either you can request it and we'll work on building it, or it might just come up there automatically as we release it. So I'll show a few steps for this agent or examples of how we use this. So here's an example where I prompted the agent, review this property tax appeal and draft a response letter. And so what I did is I uploaded 2 different files, one Excel spreadsheet and one letter, and I'll pull this up here really quick, at least for the first agent so you can see it. Here is the property tax sample data for different addresses of comparable properties that this person referenced in their appeal, which I'll pull up right here. So here's the appeal with the taxpayer's information, the property details, assessment, what they believe their grounds for appeal are, all the supporting evidence, which we included in this Excel spreadsheet, and there's the signature and everything. And so what Generate did is it ingested those documents, parsed them, and based on the prompt that we gave this agent, it made this appeal response for Patricia Holloway, this person who submitted an appeal. You can see it's a really detailed report. Generate does a really good job about grabbing sources of truth from the data, and it actually references them here. So there's a little citation note where the taxpayer respectfully requests that the assessed value be reduced to $305,000. And that's actually based on a document. Then you can click on it to see the source, which is this initial document. And here's a response letter actually we can download and check out. And it put together a very nicely formatted response just based on the prompt they did, which again is editable, that gave an assessment review, reviewed the comparable sales, and basically said, you know what, this is a determination. This is our revised assessed value. As you can see, putting out these documents in a span of a few minutes that Generate took to run is extremely powerful for these use cases where I'm sure there's a big backlog of people wanting a response on their property tax appeal.